This is the beginning of a day, and I'm in Virginia. Today it's beautiful, and although I'm looking forward to this is the day that the Lord has made, let us rejoice and be glad in it. I'm doing a lot of reflecting as I sit out on this porch. And one of the things I've been reflecting on is I remember one day when I was fishing and I got a call from my mother-in-law and I had to come and help her. And the task that I had to do was help her change my father-in-law's diaper. I'll never forget that day. I got into the truck afterwards and I was driving down the road, and I remember just crying as I thought about I had just looked the impact of sin right in the eyes. I remember also with my father hearing the news that he was terminally ill and was on his way to death, and just watching the effects of cancer on his body slowly just deteriorating who he is, and in a much slower process realizing that I was looking the impact of sin right in the eyes. I've had multiple experiences like that, and today I'm reflecting because my older brother and I have the responsibility of putting my mother into a memory care facility. She's been suffering with Alzheimer's for a couple of years now, and the difficulty of this particular experience is every time we tell her what's going on, once again we have to experience all of her range of emotions because it's new information to her. So today's going to be a tough day, and as I think about that, I know that so many people in this world are up against the difficulty of disease or the deterioration of the body. I mean, on a regular basis, we have to do things like replace body parts or get bypass surgeries or take medications because our body is slowly falling apart. 1 Corinthians 15 is such a powerful passage in light of this, where the Apostle Paul is writing to the church at Corinth and celebrating the fact that Christ, as he was raised from the dead, is the first fruits. And Paul says things like, this mortal body must put on immortality. This perishing body must put on an imperishing body. And he says, when this happens, then it is completed. Oh, death, where is your victory? Oh, death, where is your sting? The sting of death is sin. That's ultimately what we're up against when we battle through all of these difficulties. And so today, as I think about this day, I want to hold on to the promise of the way Paul ends that whole section where he says, but thanks be to God who gives us victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. What is it that you might be going through today, physically, even emotionally? All of these effects of the deterioration of the body, the mind, because of the impact of sin. I want you to know that this is all heading in a direction where God is going to right all of this wrong. So thanks be to the Lord who gives us victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. And then one more verse that Paul attaches onto that. He says, therefore, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. And that's my prayer for you today. May the Lord give you that steadfastness. May you be immovable. May you always be abounding in the work of the Lord, even as we face the devastating effects of sin and the impact it has on our bodies and on our lives. May the Lord bless you today.